Hello everyone! I am Alice of KHR Arts and Cloud Orchid Publishing, and today we are going to talk about how I write tabletop RPG games for Azukail Games. So I'm sure y'all that follow me on my social media handles have seen quite a few posts of me talking about the gaming guides that I help create for Azukail Games. Now, some of y'all may be wondering, what exactly is this? What is Azukail Games? And I didn't know you wrote Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Well, we're going to talk about that today, y'all. So, first and foremost, how did I find out about this great stuff? I found out about it from my dear author and gamer friend and current partner, Neal Litherland. He is fantastic. Be sure to check his stuff out. Please do, because his stuff is great. And I'm saying that as a longtime friend and recent special person. So, I may be a little biased, but I wasn't always biased, and I always thought his stuff was good. So, there you go. But he told me about how he writes games for Azukail Games and suggested that I reach out and do the same. And lo and behold, yay for Adrian being awesome and being like, your writing is great, let's do this. So what exactly do I do? I create what are called supplement guides. Now, this is different from a game guide in that a full game guide is going to be about the size of a book. These are the type of guides that people are most familiar with seeing. These are whenever Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, Vampire the Masquerade, all that good stuff drops a new version of their game, and they have a whole guide that talks about the general game, all the new rules, and all the character stats, all the new characters, all the new monsters, blah blah blah, all that stuff. And it's usually just pages upon pages of rules and all sorts of new information. It is the basis for what the game is. A supplement guide is something that is in addition to. And what that means is, for instance, one of my guides that I wrote, 100 Dangerous Plants, is a supplement guide in that you can add this onto any tabletop game. It is not specific to any one game. You can use it for Dungeons and Dragons, you can use it for Vampire the Masquerade, you can use it for Pathfinder, you can use it for just any of them, honestly. Because the rules are, all you need is dice. You roll dice. That's all you need to be a part of your gameplay, is that you roll dice for these things, and you have some sort of need for including dangerous plants in your game. So that is the basis of the games that I write, is that it is supplemental content that adds and enhances your already existing gameplay. How exactly does this work? Let's break it down. With 100 Dangerous Plants, it is a list of 100 different kinds of dangerous plants that I have created out of my imagination. They do not exist, but they exist in your wonderful imaginative role-playing gaming world. And this also works for LARPing. In fact, some of my gaming guides I created specifically with LARPing in mind, and they're really going to add to the experience for y'all, especially, so excited. I just finished my 100 recipe stats boost guide for y'all, so be on the lookout for that. It combines a lot of information from my previous guides, such as 100 Dangerous Plants, 100 Avian Beasts, etc., into recipes for potions that y'all can create. With a disclaimer note, y'all, please do not actually attempt to make any of these potions IRL. They are not real, they are imaginary. I don't need anybody trying to create a real potion and hurting themselves or destroying anything or poisoning themselves or etc. They're pretend. Let's all have a rousing game of pretend and remember that it's pretend. Okay. So, disclaimer over. And that is the point of these guides, is it is to enhance your gameplay and just to enrich the level of pretend. For instance, any of the plants in 100 Dangerous Plants are a great way to add to your gameplay in that, okay, your adventurers are walking through a forest. What plants are in this forest? What if your adventurers stumble upon a particular tree or bush or flower that might attack them or might put negative effects on the party, and now they have to do something about it? Maybe they have to go knock on that witch's cottage and go seek a potion to help cure them all of insert whatever malady here. It's meant to enhance the gameplay and just really help immerse your players into the world that you're trying to create. And it really, really does add to the LARPing experience, y'all. And it's also great for if you're trying to create a character for the first time. Some of my guides do provide that, in that they don't necessarily have to be characters as NPCs. You can totally use them as a basis for being able to create your own character, because sometimes it can be hard to get started on who your character is and what they're all about. And having a little guide that has some ideas for you can really help get the creative juices flowing. All of that is the basis of this is what I've been creating. Where can you find all these great guides that I've been creating? They are exclusively on DriveThruRPG.com. They are all electronically based as PDFs. I am in the process, kind of loosey-goosey, trying to figure out a way to make them into physical books, because I have had people ask me if they can buy them as physical books. We're not quite there yet, unfortunately, but we're working on it. As well as people have asked me to create illustrations to go with my guides, because so many people enjoy my art. And again, kind of loosey-goosey future projects, because I already have so many projects on my list, y'all, and my drawings take a long time to do. So I hear y'all, I hear your requests, I so want to fulfill them. I'm doing my best. I really, really am. But you supporting the games as is really does help to make those things closer to reality. And I thank y'all who have supported my games. Please tell me in the comments below what game guides y'all have used in your games, how you've used them, and how it's impacted your gameplay, because I love hearing about it, y'all. I really, really, truly do love hearing about it, and it does help give me new ideas and new ways to create my future game guides so that I can give y'all the best gameplay experience possible. Now, y'all may be wondering, how exactly does this tie in with my general writing, if it even ties in at all? And y'all, these projects have really been a breath of fresh air for me, in that it really helps me to exercise my imagination, and it even gives me ideas for my own personal writing projects, my novels and short stories and my poetry and such. Because when I have to sit here and literally make a list of 100 things, after a while, you really have to start racking your brain for, okay, what can I think of now? What can I think of now? The first 20, piece of cake. Once you get to 50, your brain starts getting tired. Once you get to 90, you're like, oh my god, I can't think of any more things. What can I think of? It gets a little crazy. But it has been such an amazing workshop exercise for me in order to come up with all these different ideas for animals and plants and potions and characters and just all of the above. It's just been such a great exercise, and it's really helped me to improve my writing in considering a lot of the details that I can add to my writing to really enrich the world that I am immersing the reader into. So even if you are not into the whole tabletop role-playing culture, I do also recommend some of these guides for people who do fantasy writing. They are really great for creating some of those ideas as inspiration for that springing off board that you need to get the mojo going. So highly recommend there. But I hope this video has been helpful, y'all. I had a lot of fun writing these guides, and I'm going to continue to make many, many more in the future. So stay tuned on that. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a like. And if you're new, subscribe. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.